Member for Lanark, Frontenac, Lennox and Addington.
Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Northern Development. Speaker, I recently met with the Mayor of Iroquois Falls, who expressed a deep concern for his town's future. Thanks to the exorbitant cost of hydro in this province, Abitibi-Bowater, who operate a mill in Iroquois Falls, but also own a dam that powers the mill, have been forced to sell off their hydroelectric facilities. The Mayor's concerns are clear. Once Abitibi sells a dam, the likelihood of them being able to continue to operate their mill is next to none, which means more lost jobs in Northern Ontario. Minister, when the Premier told you in Cabinet that he was going to raise hydro prices by 50% in 5 years, why didn't you stand up for Northerners and Northern Ontario?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Natural Resources.
I'm happy to answer this question. This government absolutely understands how important the ability of northern dams are to generate electricity for local pulp and paper, and how important those economics are to northern communities. I know that Abitibi's business decisions have the potential to impact a lot of mill workers and northern communities, and we have worked very closely with a lot of the northern mayors. They've talked to us about this issue, and our government requested formally that Abitibi ensure that these dams maintain an available supply of competitive priced hydro to the mills. I understand that Abitibi has agreed to sell its shares in Abitibi Consolidated Hydro Limited, which owns the 8 water power facilities, to a Canadian consortium. My office has requested that Abitibi arrange a meeting between the Canadian consortium and Iroquois Falls to discuss the future of these dams. This is an extraordinarily important issue to them. We're going to work with.
Supplementary.
Minister, we have already seen the loss of over 60 mills and 40,000 forestry sector jobs under this McGuinty government. The combination of a disgracefully empty forestry policy and skyrocketing hydro rates, the forestry sector continues to disintegrate under your watch. This is a result of the Green Energy Act. For every subsidized green energy job, you've lost 3 good, real forestry jobs. Families and industries across Northern Ontario have been begging for a sliver of help to restore their forestry sector. How many lives will be ruined and northern communities destroyed by the McGuinty Liberals before you convince the Premier that he represents all Ontarians, including those north of Barrie?
Mr. Speaker, back in September in 2010, I did write to Abitibi-Bowater indicating my expectation that if the company sold its majority share, that they would guarantee that they would continue to fulfill and honour the terms and conditions of the leases. I'm pleased to report that Abitibi-Bowater officials have committed to us that the hydroelectric power will continue to be supplied to Fort Frances and the Iroquois Falls pulp. This means that these mills will continue to operate under the same long-term power lease contract that was in place before the sale, which will maintain these mills' power cost advantages. We support our northern communities, and we know how important these jobs are to Northern Ontario. We're in their corner, and we're going to be working closely with them. And when the town has been adamant in their choice to have MNRS act as a spokesperson on this issue, we continue to be in their corner. We're going to work closely with them. Thank you, Speaker.